Okay, so I get a lot of questions around this. Can you buy a house with no credit scores? What if you have no scores whatsoever? Is it possible to get approved for a mortgage to buy a house? Yes. The answer is yes. That's the short answer. Yes, you can. Don't worry. If you don't have a credit score, all hope is not lost. There are still ways to get a mortgage. And I'm going to explain that in this video. Before I do, though, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be providing, of course, great content and continuing to add to it as we go to help you prepare to buy a home and accomplish the dream of home ownership here in America. What I'd like to talk about first, when I say no credit scores, that means, first of all, no prior credit history whatsoever reported to the credit bureaus. So if you have some or only negative credit history, like some collection accounts from way back when, but aren't making any regular monthly payments right now on credit cards or car loans or student loans, that doesn't count. Okay, that's really not a no credit score situation because the bureaus are going to find a way to create a score using their formulas based on past credit history, even if it was 10 years ago. So no credit score really means you've never used credit. You've never opened a car loan, you never had a credit card, you never had a student loan, none of it. And then it'll come up as no credit score on all three credit bureaus when we pull our tri-merge credit report. So I just want to make that clear, okay? Past medical collection accounts from 5-10 years ago will affect you and create some kind of a score typically, right? Or negative collection or negative accounts or old accounts. Let's say you had positive history with a credit card or a car payment 5-10 years ago, but you closed it out, paid it off. You've created a credit history at that point. So you may not have no credit history if that's the case. But the only way to know for sure, of course, is to get your credit pulled. So you talk to a reputable lender and get the process started and get your credit pulled to find out. Okay, so to set the stage also, it's important to understand that there's really two basic underwriting methods. There's the automated underwriting method and manual underwriting. Okay, so nearly all loan programs require a computerized automated underwriting approval first, followed by a review by a human underwriter at the lender to double check to make sure all the information was plugged in correctly and that it was run right? Garbage in, garbage out with computers. But there are some loan programs like FHA, for example, that allow for approvals with manual human underwriting only. Okay, so that's different. Automated underwriting requires an approval with a computer first, and most programs require that, but there are a few programs that will do human manual underwriting only. So first thing to make sure is that you're working with a lender who understands that it's actually possible to be approved through automated underwriting for conventional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac type loan programs without a credit score. I mean, some lenders don't realize that. Don't automatically assume if somebody tells you you can't do it without manual underwriting that you won't qualify without a credit score through normal automated approvals. That's not true. In fact, just recently, over the past few months, I closed on a home loan for one of my clients. Actually, it was a young couple, they're first-time home buyers. They had absolutely no credit scores, no traditional credit history whatsoever, and we got them approved through a traditional automated underwriting system, which gave them access to more loan programs. They had 20% down, so they were looking for a conventional loan, and it worked perfectly. We got them approved through automated underwriting, through the normal process, and they're now happily in their home. So don't assume that you can't do that with no credit scores. Just need to have the right lender who will try. However, if you find out that you can't get approved through automated underwriting, like on a normal type of a scenario like those with credit scores, then find a lender who offers manual underwriting. Not everybody does, right, on all loan programs. So what this means is that instead of relying solely on your credit scores or automated underwriting for an approval, the lender or bank will look at other factors, right, such as your debt to income ratio, your employment history and stability, your payment history for rent, utilities, and other bills. So to qualify for manual underwriting, you will need to provide a little bit more paperwork, right? A complete and detailed financial history, including bank statements, pay stubs, tax returns, W-2s, proof of income and employment stability, plus, and this is where it's a little bit different, plus at least the past 12 months of consecutive on-time payments made for alternate credit sources is what it's called. So in other words, 4 different accounts for things like rent, utilities, cell phone, could be car insurance, home, that you make on a monthly basis, but you have to build an alternate credit record or alternate credit history. So it does require a little bit more paperwork. So to prepare for this, make sure that you are paying your bills with a check or electronically. Don't pay cash for your rent, for example, right? Don't go and pay your landlord cash because that's not sourceable. It's not traceable when we're doing a documentation paper trail that's required in underwriting, whether it's automated or manual. Either way, there has to be some sort of documentation or paper trail of non-traditional credit sources. So just make sure that you're paying by check or paying by credit card or debit card. Well, you won't be paying by credit card. Paying by check or debit card directly to a landlord and paying for things that need to be counted on your alternate credit history so that there is a paper trail for that. That's just word to the wise. Make sure you're preparing yourself. So just remember that when applying for a mortgage without a credit score, it's important to be prepared to work with a lender who has experience with both manual underwriting and also who understands the options available for no scores automated underwriting. Getting a mortgage without a credit score is possible, but again, it's just going to require a bit more effort and documentation. But by working with the right lender, you can make your dream of home ownership a reality. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram.